Billy Carson, a prominent figure in alternative history and ancient astronaut theories, has developed an intricate narrative about the reasons behind the Anunnaki's visit to Earth. Drawing from ancient texts, mythology, and speculative theories, Carson presents a complex explanation for their arrival. So, why did the Anunnaki come to Earth? One key theory suggests that their journey was linked to an ancient galactic war, which created space refugees. A central theme in this narrative is the Anunnaki's need for gold. According to these theories, the Anunnaki required gold for their home planet, Nibiru, where the metal played a critical role in atmospheric or technological needs. This aligns with Zecharia Sitchin's interpretation of Sumerian texts, which propose that the Anunnaki used gold to create a protective shield for Nibiru's atmosphere, reflecting cosmic radiation and stabilizing their environment. Upon discovering Earth, the Anunnaki identified it as a rich source of gold and initiated large-scale mining operations, particularly in regions like southern Africa, where evidence of ancient gold mines has been found. One such site is Adam's Calendar, believed to be one of the earliest gold mines where humans worked under Anunnaki oversight. The most notable of these mining sites is the Barberton Greenstone Belt in South Africa, one of Earth's oldest geological formations. Dating back 3.2 to 3.5 billion years, it contains some of the oldest known gold mines. The area is famous for its rich gold deposits, mined for thousands of years. According to these theories, the Anunnaki chose this region for its abundant gold reserves, with mines in areas like Mpumalanga potentially linked to ancient civilizations influenced by these extraterrestrial visitors. What's particularly intriguing about the Anunnaki is that they were not depicted as typical little green men, but looked very similar to humans. An example of one such ancient mine is the Ngwenya mine in Swaziland, considered one of the world's oldest. Archaeological evidence suggests that mining at Ngwenya dates back more than 43,000 years, further fueling speculation about the Anunnaki's role in humanity's ancient history. Theorists propose that ancient mining sites may have been part of the Anunnaki's extensive gold extraction network. Initially, the Anunnaki themselves conducted the mining, relying on their advanced technology and physical capabilities to handle the arduous tasks. However, despite their superior abilities, the grueling and hazardous nature of gold mining soon posed a significant challenge. The harsh conditions and labor-intensive process led the Anunnaki to seek alternative solutions to sustain their operations. To address this, they explored several possibilities. One option involved automated machines and tools designed to perform the mining work. While these machines may have been efficient, they likely required constant maintenance and lacked the adaptability needed for varied mining conditions. Another possibility is that the Anunnaki used workers from other planets or their own ranks, but the scale and prolonged nature of the operations likely made this approach unsustainable. Before creating modern humans, the Anunnaki may have experimented with other native species on Earth, seeking to enhance their abilities for labor. These genetic experiments might have produced hybrid beings, which some believe are reflected in ancient myths and legends. Ultimately, the Anunnaki decided to create a new species that could more effectively handle the labor-intensive mining operations. This decision led to the Adamu experiment, where the Anunnaki combined their DNA with early hominids to produce Homo sapiens. According to these theories, humans resemble the Anunnaki because we carry their DNA within us. The primary goal of this genetic modification was to create a labor force capable of performing the strenuous and repetitive tasks required for mining gold. The Anunnaki sought a species that was intelligent enough to follow complex instructions but docile enough to remain subservient. By blending their DNA with that of early hominids, they aimed to create beings with the physical endurance and adaptability of Earth's native species and the intelligence of the Anunnaki. The Adamu experiment is thought to have led to the creation of the first humans, Adam and Eve, specifically as laborers. This concept mirrors the biblical creation story but with an extraterrestrial twist. In Sumerian texts, the term Adamu refers to the first man, created by the god Enki and the goddess Ninhursag, who are interpreted as Anunnaki scientists. These deities conducted a series of genetic experiments to develop a suitable human workforce. The early experiments focused on combining Anunnaki DNA with that of various indigenous species. These attempts resulted in numerous failures and partial successes, creating beings that lacked the necessary intelligence, physical capabilities, or docility for effective labor. However, the Anunnaki had specific requirements for their workforce. They needed beings intelligent enough to follow complex instructions, yet physically strong and adaptable to perform labor-intensive tasks like mining. Mining for gold required significant physical endurance and stamina, and the new species needed to be adaptable to various environmental conditions. They also had to be capable of learning new skills as needed. To ensure the sustainability of the workforce, the Anunnaki designed the new beings to reproduce naturally, which eliminated the need for the Anunnaki to continuously create new workers. Thus, through this genetic engineering process, the Anunnaki created a species that could efficiently meet their labor needs for gold extraction on Earth. While intelligence and adaptability were essential, it was equally important that the newly created beings remain subservient and controllable to prevent rebellion or resistance. Through a careful process of trial and error, the Anunnaki scientists, Enki and Ninhursag, eventually succeeded in creating the first prototypes of modern humans. By splicing Anunnaki DNA with that of early hominids, they introduced advanced cognitive abilities and enhanced physical traits. This genetic intervention aimed to elevate the primitive hominids to meet the labor demands of the Anunnaki. Once these new beings, called Adamu, were created, they were trained to perform specific tasks, particularly in gold mining and other labor-intensive activities. This training ensured that they could carry out their duties efficiently. Additionally, the Anunnaki scientists carefully incorporated traits that promoted loyalty and subservience, ensuring that humans would remain obedient and not challenge their creator's authority. The narrative surrounding the Anunnaki suggests that these ancient extraterrestrial beings created humans primarily for the purpose of mining gold, a resource vital to their home planet, Nibiru. This raises intriguing questions about humanity's long-term future and whether the Anunnaki might return to collect the gold. Some interpretations suggest that the Anunnaki found it more efficient to let humans mine gold slowly over thousands of years, rather than extracting it rapidly themselves, even with their advanced technology. This theory may be based on several factors. First, despite their technological advancements, the vast amount of gold buried deep within the Earth's crust may have made rapid extraction impractical. Gold mining is a labor-intensive and time-consuming process, often involving complex geological formations that even the Anunnaki might have struggled to exploit quickly. By creating humans and equipping them with the necessary knowledge and skills, the Anunnaki established a self-sustaining system. Humans, driven by their own economic and cultural incentives, would continue mining gold, gradually accumulating the resource without the need for constant supervision. The Anunnaki might have also developed a long-term strategy in which gold would be slowly accumulated over millennia. This method would ensure a steady supply of gold, allowing the Anunnaki to return periodically to collect the amassed reserves without needing to manage the daily operations of mining. Another theory suggests that world governments might be secretly collecting gold on behalf of the Anunnaki. Many nations hold vast gold reserves, officially justified as a safeguard for financial stability and economic security. These reserves are gathered through various means, including taxes, purchasing programs, and even confiscation during crises. According to this theory, clandestine agreements between world leaders and the Anunnaki might exist, where a portion of these gold reserves is set aside for the Anunnaki, who periodically return to Earth to claim their share. Historical events such as the United States Executive Order 6102 in 1933, which required citizens to surrender their gold, could be interpreted as part of a broader plan to accumulate gold for the Anunnaki. This theory suggests that the global financial system, with its emphasis on gold as a stable asset, might be part of a grand design to ensure that sufficient quantities of gold are available for the Anunnaki. Central banks and financial institutions could be complicit in this secret agenda, managing the flow of gold to meet extraterrestrial demands.